So a Shushka Gnani Matarthi gives up the means that the are instrumental in bringing his upliftment, right? Sadhan. And he becomes sadhan right, so he's giving up. Now in the next two verses, 30 and 31, is described how he, in doing such a thing, he forsakes his own good, is depriving himself from good spiritual welfare. In this verse, showing the fate not of such people who do like this, but of people who associate with these people. See, the whole verse is on power of association. Enuto, you understood. Now I don't need to tell what is going to. I already told that he wanders in the forest of transmigration, in cycles of birth and death. I already told you. Because he is not in a pure state, he's not experiencing pure state, and he's not putting any efforts to attain the pure state. So what is going to happen? His state is going to become more impure than even before. Spiritually and morally, he's going to go wrong because he doesn't believe in all this. Right? So I've already told you what his fate is going to happen. This verse, Prabhu says, what is the fate of those who associate with such type of matarthis? So this is a wonderful verse, who your friends should be. Very simple. I had taken help of this verse when I gave a lecture in Shimla. Power of association, your peer group. So this verse was in my mind when I was speaking. A wrong person you associate with, and your thinking also changes. I used the word, anybody remembers which word did I use there? Modeling. You start modeling according to the person whom you are associating with emotionally. If it's a casual relationship, hi, hello, you are not influenced by his thinking or belief. Everyone on the road, you will say Jai Prabhu, but you won't be influenced. What does Prabhu say here?
ज्ञान दशा पामे नहीं, साधन दशा न काय, पामे तेनो संग जे, ते बूढ़े भवमान.
I think you understood, right? This fellow is not attained self-realization, not even trying for self-realization. So he's surely going to drown. But a person who associates with will also drown. Beautifully explained here. So, Gnan Dasha, self-realization, self-knowledge. I've used the word in regarding Pame Nahi. So, he is not established or obtained self-realization. So, neither established in self-realization nor established in the practice or means or practice right discipline. He is not even above discipline and he is not even in discipline. You understand? If he has attained self-realization, he does not need any restraints or any discipline. You cannot say that he has to be well disciplined for a gnani. Because he is beyond discipline. But is not established in self-realization and not established in right discipline also. Gnan dasha pame nahi, gnan dasha, no self-realization. And sadhan dasha means discipline, right discipline. He is not established in right discipline also, right sadhana also. So he is not attained siddhi also, he is not doing sadhana also. So many must be relating it to themselves. So many. કે મને આત્મજ્ઞાન બી નથી થયું અને મારું કોઈ ટાઈમ ટેબલ જેવું બી નથી, કોઈ ડિસિપ્લિન જેવું બી નથી. હા, સો you come in Swachandi, you don't come into Shushka Gnani. Because for Shushka Gnani also you have to read text, no? So people send me emails कि बापा I come into Shushka Gnani. मैं कहूँ महा idiot છે આ તો. Hello idiot, આ મहा idiot for Shushka. At least talk about Shastras, read Shastras, then you go there. मैं कहूँ sorry, you are not a Shushka Gnani, you are a Swachandi. To be a Shushka Gnani also, everything has to be on your tongue, no? Because it has to be spoken, lofty words have to be spoken at least. You don't even know the meanings of those words. So how clear is Bhagavan? You can see this. He's not using the word. So he's showing what Shushka Gnani has more than a worldly person and what less than a true seeker. So the beauty is everything so condensed and compact in one verse. You can't even add a word and you can't even delete a comma. You delete a punctuation mark and the meaning changes. This is the beauty, and all this ek hi kalam mein. In one sitting of 1.5 hours. So very soon your doubts will be on the peak. Whether this means you will try to. મેં પણ કર્યું હતું રિસર્ચ, પાછું કર્યું હતું. ખરેખર 1.5 કલાકમાં છે કે 15 દિવસમાં થોડું 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 લખીને આત્મસિદ્ધિ. સો ઇવન આઈ હેડ માય ડાઉટ્સ એન્ડ યોર ડાઉટ્સ વિલ ઓન ધ પીક એઝ વી ગો અહેડ. સો જ્ઞાન દશા પામે નહીં, not attained, self-realized. Sadhan dasha na kahe, not even established in self-discipline. So what is going to happen to him? He'll drown. Okay, fine. Not fine, but okay. Pame teno sang je, for those who stay in association with such a religious bigot or a Shushka Gnani Matarthi, what will happen to him? Bude, drown, sink, bhavamai, ocean of misery, ocean of mundane existence. Char gati no paribhramanma. E bude. Who? This gatha is for the person who associate, means that person must be so horrible. He can induce his belief so easily into the person who associates with him. So even this fellow drowns. The infection must be so infectious, contagious. More than even COVID-19. Huh? A person who only associates with him will start realizing even he thinks that way, he believes that way, he does that way. And once it is your belief, then nobody can easily explain. And so even he drowns. Very beautifully explained. So he does not attain self-realization, the person who negates all this spiritual practice and all. So he does not attain self-realization and also does not practice the means. A person who stays in his company, association, also why? Because pehlo to dubse. So I put it in bracket. This is the fate of the person who is associating, but that fellow is surely going to drown. It's not that he will go to moksha and the person who associates with him will drown. It's not that way. So a person who stays in his company also sinks in the ocean of infinite cycles of birth and death. Very clear? Now I'll start explaining this verse. So we have understood a fool is actually deluded by the illusion of his own knowledge, that he can open the doors of liberation. I know so much, I'm enlightened. I can open the door. So he's in delusion of the illusion of his own knowledge that he has knowledge, he is enlightened, and he can open the doors for everyone. Who? A fool. A fool who has not attained self-realization, or is not even in self-discipline. He cannot arrive at truth without inculcating qualities like detachment, devotion. He cannot reach this state. Just mouthing the scriptures is not enough. If you want, you need to look at me. If you want fruits of wisdom, first you need to prepare the soil. ફળ જોઈએ આત્મજ્ઞાનના તો પહેલા ભૂમિકા બંધાવી જોઈએ. If you need fruits of wisdom, you first need to cultivate the soil. What virtues are actually needed, and in a matarthi we find absence of these virtues. And that will be said in a positive manner in Atmarthi Lakshana. Same thing. Same. Here it is absent, here it is present. In Atmarthi, verse 38, it's present. Verse 32, in the Matarthi section, absence of this. Nahi kashay upshant, nahi antar vairag, nahi saralpanu, nahi madhyastapanu. So beautiful. Because the soil is only not cultivated. How can you expect fruits of wisdom? Very clear. So, and the worst is, all those who come in contact with them are also infected by the delusion. Infection is the right word. At least this year. At least this year. Infection. Pelo khali sathe reto hoy ne sidhu COVID. So this happens. So actually I would say, this verse or this stanza shows us the power of association. Association is of so much importance. It is better, listen to this, it's better to be alone than be in a bad company. Simple kusang satsang. It is better to be alone and go into a little phase of loneliness or depression also. It's better than being happy in a wrong company. થોડું loneliness भी आवे तो वांधो नहीं, but don't go just say, no, I need to be cheerful. If you need to be cheerful, first see, because with that cheerfulness, many wrong things are also going to come in you. This is the power of association. The person, you can actually transfer your whole thinking and belief in this process of association. And you will not even come to know when it is transferred into you. If you are a non-believer, or you are a Nastik, or you are a materialistic person, you will just not know. But if it's a deeper relationship, there is a transfer of beliefs. If it's a casual relationship, hi, hello, there is no transfer. Because you are saying, hi, kemcho, and what will you answer? No. દરિયા સી મોહ ઉપર કૃપાનો. Now that is the message of this. So ઓચિંતું પૂછે તો પછી so ઓચિંતું I asked and you didn't realize. Company, power of association, and how it is so important, because if it's more than a casual relationship, there is going to be a transfer of thinking first, and first is sharing of stuff. My pencil tool. Sharing of stuff, slowly sharing of thinking, then sharing of beliefs. And you might not even know. So if you are in a bad company of such a matarthi bigot, you might just cause it might just cause infinite cycles of birth and death. And if you are in a contact with a Sadguru or an Atmarthi, it might just cause self-realization. So, the power of association, you need to understand. So acquiring scriptural knowledge is not wrong, but it is just a beginning. Your problem is it's your end. So don't think કે આ બધું આપણે નોલેજ લઈએ તો આપણે આવા બિગેટ બનીએ એના કરતાં વાંચવું જ નથી કહે. No, that is also not going to help you. But acquiring scriptural knowledge is the beginning. Your objective should be self-realization, not finishing a Shastra. Because after finishing so many Shastras, you are the same. So your objective should not be to finish a Shastra. Your objective of this study should be what? Of Atmasiddhi Shastra. Not to finish 142 verses, but to attain self-realization. So this is the beginning. You are getting engrossed in the subject, and I can see that you are getting little time for reflection, because of COVID-19 karane, the way we are in the situation in which we are placed. So we are getting little time for memorizing, for reflecting. So all that helps. But your objective was not to finish 142 verses. Then you are a big fool. Because after that also you are going to remain the same. You will be enjoying, you would have enjoyed all the yagnas, but you are the same. So your objective should be inner transformation, or say highest self-realization or liberation. Chalo nichama nichu rakhe, a little transformation at least within you. Little inner transformation. So this is just a beginning, it's not the end. And here this fellow makes a mistake, because he should be studying, applying to control or say restrain his negative tendencies. You should use this knowledge. Now every time you cannot say કે આટલું સમજુ છું તો બી ગુસ્સો આવી ગયો. No, you should use this knowledge. Okay, now anger should not rise, or if it's risen, still you can manage it somehow. Every time, it's not michhami dukram and sorry, then you're not progressing at all. Your sorry should decrease, not because of increase of ego, because of inner transformation, of purity. So that shows you are just clapping for nuts, but you are not applying. If you have to go on saying michhami dukram, means you don't feel you are a jin sashan veri. You are not a jin sashan premi. If there is no kashayini upshantata, you are jin sashan veri. And I'll give you quotes from the Shastra. One I have already given you, Thanang Sutra. Kalahakari should not give yakyan. Kalahakari should not do seva, Shastras say, because he is jin sashan veri. He is not jin sashan premi. So clear. Kashayini upshantata, no, I don't want your talents. I don't want. And I don't want your charity also. I don't want. Because you are jin sashan veri. You are doing everything to boost your ego and nothing else. Oh, here also, Alana Pachini Gatama, Nijmana Dikas will come. It's all your deeds are only for ego. You are giving it a good name, bhakti, but it's all for your, to draw attention. So no place for jin sashan veri. In jin sashan you are nothing. So over here, he is not applying to change his inner tendencies. That's the problem. And his understanding is only on the verbal level, no? Lip adoption, I said. Corresponding experience is not there. So what is happening? Because of his incomplete knowledge, or you can say contrary knowledge, કે વ્યવહારની જરૂર નથી, what is happening? Gnan dasha also he does not have, and sadhan dasha also he does not have. He is not even a gnani, and he is not even a good disciple who is in discipline. Oh, once you say disciple, discipline is must. So it's better to say devotee. At least discipline does not come in that word. But to be a disciple and not have discipline, then what are you? True? So, Gnan Dasha nahi, Sadhan Dasha nahi. It's very easy to understand. Just look at me and you'll understand. You have not attained the effortless state of self-realization. Which state? Effortless. And you are not putting efforts to attain self-realization. That's verse is over. You have not attained the effortless state of self-realization, then it's effortless state. Or you're not putting efforts to attain self-realization. So you'll never retreat from impure feelings. Because you have negated all the means of retreating from impure feelings and cultivating pure feelings. You have negated all that because of your wrong knowledge of scriptures. So, Gnan Dasha pame nahi, Sadhan Dasha na kai. Tenu shu thase? It's not said in this verse. It's obvious. It's obvious. It's not said. Oh, in the second line, it says, Pame teno sang, who does not have Gnan Dasha and Sadhan Dasha. If you associate with them, what will happen? So a person who is devoid of both Gnan Dasha and Sadhan Dasha, he will fall a prey to all the negative tendencies like desire, greed, lust, non-restraint, swachandi, everything. Because either the Gnan Dasha helps you or the Sadhan Dasha helps you. But he is devoid of both. So he is going to fall a prey to all the negative tendencies. And if you And that fellow again, he's trapped in the cobweb of words. So he's ensnared, I said, trapped in the web of words because he can yet speak wonderfully. He can attract people in his lectures. Because that's totally another thing, right? Not having a state is one thing, and not being able to speak or being able to speak is another thing. One is regarding Mohaniya Karma, one is regarding Gnanavaniya Karma and Nam Karma. Yash Nam Karma. So this he doesn't have, so there's all hollow and empty inside. But he may be a good speaker. He can attract people with his apparently true logic, which appears like true logic, but it is just to misguide that fellow. This fellow is associating with him and he's not even suspecting him, he's getting attracted, and this fellow is inducing his beliefs into him subtly. તમારે માનવું જ પડશે એમ નથી કહેતા, પણ એને જોઈને તમે જ માનતા થઈ જાઓ છો. So it is he who is inducing such beliefs in the person who is associating with him. Now, that fellow also becomes vulnerable to cycle of birth and death. પેલો તો થવાનો જ હતો. And now this person is also become vulnerable to the whole thing. And in this whole process, the person whom you follow or you associate, if he's in a position of a guru, so I'm using the word follow. And if he's a commoner, to associate with him, even you are going to drown. So just imagine, how can someone save someone from drowning if he himself does not know how to swim and he doesn't have any other means to swim? He has a boat, it is fine. He has a float, it is fine. He cannot swim, but he has a float. So he can help you also. Okay, chalo ardu pakadiye apne lakadu. So at least he has. But he who knows no swimming and who has no means, how can such a person help you, save you from drowning? What is he going to be instrumental in? Drowning you also. So that's what is written here. Pame teno sangje te dub 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 bude shabd bude, drowning music, drowning music, बूढ़े भवजल. So many saints like Ganga Sati and also કે સંગત કરજે તો કેવાની સંગત કરજે કે તું છે એના કરતા ઉપર આવે. તું છે એના કરતા you get one more reason to be lazy and corrupt yourself. It should not happen that way. One more reason, બધું ઉદય પ્રમાણે થાય છે, બધું કેવલીના જ્ઞાનમાં હોય તે થાય છે. So one more reason to do something wrong. So this should not happen. So the beauty, it's so beautifully put here. We'll sing it again.
ज्ञान दशा पामे नहीं साधन दशान का पामे तेनो संग जे ते बूढ़े